Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a little boat repair. Anybody who has a boat knows that things are going to happen, usually self-inflicted, which is my case. But today what we're going to do is repair the emblem on our 2021 Carolina Skiff, chillaxing, and we'll show you what we got. While coming into the dock, as you can see, with the bumper rail on the dock itself and the water level and me getting a little closer than I should, and this being a raised emblem, I peeled off 4 of the letters and did not realize it until I got home. I've been on the search to get replacements, and fortunately I was able to get a replacement from Tri-County Marine, who I purchased the boat from, and I can tell you that they hooked me up. To order one from Carolina Skiff, they indicated could take anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks to 3 months. And they had this piece section in there, back in their closet, missing the C from a warranty item. And fortunately, I don't need the C, I need the liner. So, God bless them. Great group over there. Mike, Dee, Logan runs their service, Doug runs their parts. They hooked me up with it. They actually just gave it to me and said, it's yours, glad we had it. So I was blessed in that regard. So what I've got out here laid out is what I'm going to use to repair it. Obviously paper towel, acetone, 91% alcohol, my wife's hair dryer, and yes, I did have to explain that I wouldn't break it. Any luck at all, I won't. Microfiber, and then I just wanted a piece of plastic that I could scrape that old glue off with, and I'll show you what we're going to do. What I'm going to do is warm up this old glue that's on here. You can see that kind of got some foam backing on it. We're going to warm that up with the hair dryer, and then in turn use that plastic to scrape that off and get the bulk of the heavy stuff off, and then we'll move to the next step of cleaning. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to warm this up with the hair dryer, set it on hot, high, and just try to get things warmed up on it. And while I'm doing that, I'll go ahead and see if I can start getting some of this heavy stuff off. What warming that up with the hair dryer does is loosen up that glue, in addition to softening that foam backing. And using a piece of plastic I'm using here, actually just a joint cover, or excuse me, an electrical outlet cover to get that bulk off. Now I'm going to start warming up again, but I kind of want to show you what I'm trying to do and accomplish. So that I'm just got the residue of the glue left, and we'll move on to that step once I get all this off, and we'll clean that up with the acetone. Alright, let's see how it goes. Okay, with the hair dryer warming that up, that came off pretty clean. Definitely use a piece of plastic. You don't want to scratch your hull doing this and make something more of a cluster than it already was to start off with from your own errors. So let's go ahead and use a little acetone on a paper towel, and we'll get this wiped off and see where we're at for our next step. All right, after only a minute or two at best, that acetone really did a nice job. Cleaned it up. Glue residue is gone. Hole is nice and clean. No scratches, no digging to get that off of there. It went very, very smoothly. Okay, our next step is to wipe that down with 91% rubbing alcohol. What that's going to do is really ensure that we've got no kind of residue left, either from the acetone or the glue, on that surface. We'll use a microfiber cloth, because what you don't want to do is have a lot of lint when you're trying to adhere anything. So we're going to go ahead and do that, wipe her down, and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, my next step, I'm going to take a straight edge and line that up on the letters that I'm matching, and I'm just going to do a light little line, pencil line, and what that's going to provide is a guide to ensure that my new letters go on straight and in line with the existing ones. Let's see if we can make that work. Okay, let's go ahead and unwrap our unit here and see what we got, shall we? I said, what we need, what I need, is these right here. And that backing is already sticky right to the paper. So there's a plastic backing on the back of it for the adhesive. So what I want to do first, this is what I need. That line. I was hoping that I could get an impression of that off the back, but I can't. So it's kind of disappointing. Oh, maybe I can do it this way. Nope. Or not. Oh, that all wants to come off of there. That's not what I was hoping for. So let's see if we can do this. What I want to do is use the letter O to the space for the letter O to be my guide for this. And that's why I want to try to cut my backing right even at that O, so that'll be my guide for that initial spacing. I'm just going to take her off the back here, like so. And we'll take that off of there, I think. I think we will. Just like that. And that way, in theory, keeping the spacing where it's supposed to be, I hope. And that did not work as well as I'd anticipated. But we'll see what we got here. Open her up like that. Spread her out like that. And then our spacing is there. Our spacing is back. So then, there. So that's what we're looking at. That's what we want to install. So I think the way to do this is to use that as my backing. And I'm going to peel that off to start with. Bump the plastic up to there. And I'll just peel that down a little bit with my letters lined up on my pencil line to make sure I'm following the right line, the pattern. And we'll peel it back and then start with the top. Alright, okay, so I'm going to line it up, and I'm going to start with the A side, the far side, and just peel that back and roll that down a little bit. Use my plastic backing cut to line up my spacing on the O. Bring my letters up to my pencil line, which should be right there. And we'll make sure that's following that line and that's straight and that looks good. And then what I want to do, oh, I lost my little back part there. I want to hold that down, and then in turn I want to set my A. Is what my goal is, to set the A, and then in theory peel that backing off. Let's line her up again, press her in, peel the backing like so, and we'll just work that down. And once I can get the A on there, and that looks really, really good, and then I can, in theory, peel that, roll that back, and that's actually working pretty well. Roll that back, and work that A there. Bring you back out. The spacing is still right. And open those up, drop that all together, and then roll those up onto my line, and that looks really, really good so far, I believe. And there we go. We'll press them in like so. Then what I want to do is go ahead and warm these up a little bit, simply because we've got a little cooler temperatures today. We're in the upper 50s, so there we go. We'll go ahead and wipe those down. Wipe off some of that pencil line. If we can, we'll clean that up. There we go. That just wipes right down. And now, once again, with that, and there we go, folks. It's it here, and I'll go ahead and wipe this all down. It says Carolina Skiff 21LS yet again. There we go, folks. That wraps up the repair. I went ahead and just finished, polished all the gel coat fiberglass around the lettering, just to ensure, after using that acetone, that I've got some polish on there to protect the gel coat. And all in all, did not turn out too bad. Once again, says Carolina Skiff 21LS. That L in my eye is a little cocked, but I'm not going to try to change it now. At any rate, I hope you found that helpful. If you have that an emblem issue, that's how I handled it. Seems to have worked out pretty well. And with that, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.